So for the past few weeks, I've been seeing Taylor Data here, Taylor Data there, being reviewed as a solid proxy provider in the market. But you know how we do it here. This is your one and only channel where you get legit informations and full breakdown tutorials as related to anything surveys and anything that's to do around surveys. So if you've been thinking about changing your proxy provider, or you've been considering getting the proxy from Taylor Data, and you are watching this video to find out if it's worth it or not, see, I'm going to walk you deep down into these proxy suppliers and if it's worth your money and your account. Because part of what people have gone through is that maybe they try a new proxy provider and the IP kind of look okay from just checking the websites, like using ua.com and such kind of website where you used to check proxy, and they think that the proxy is okay, and go into their account, they either face many disqualifications or their account gets completely banned. And most time it's painful because probably you might have spent a lot to even secure that proxy. Of course, you spend money to get proxy, right? To test out or to check your account. So you are losing your account and as well you are losing money. So that's why I'm going to walk you through this particular proxy provider called Talor Data. So here on my screen right now, you can see their dashboard. But then before we progress into this video, if you have not done that already, kindly give this video a thumbs up right now. It helps the algorithm to send this video and see it as a valuable content and give it to other people. So I'm begging you, just drop a like. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. If you have any question, drop it right there. And not to also forget that you can be part of this community by just simply clicking on the subscribe button down below. Of course, it also helps the channel to grow. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive straight into this. So of course, when you come to Taylor Data, this is the website right here. Now they say reliable residential proxy for global data collection, and of course you can request for a 200 MB trial. All right, so you can go ahead and request that. The only thing I noticed is that you have to send them a WhatsApp message or thereabout, and it takes a bit of time before they reply because of time differences. I've already signed into my account. I'm just going to go to this other dashboard. So here's my account. So now when you create your account, yours is going to come fresh like this. I'm just going to refresh everything so that we can begin all over. So you just have to log in, and if parameter you want to request the 200 MB, you just simply click on this and this is going to take you over to their customer care channel, either on Telegram or you will get it on WhatsApp. So I'm going to cancel this. Now for your information, they only give out residential proxy and static proxy, like I've initially said. So for this account, you can see, so you're going to be brought to this channel, to this place. Sorry, I said channel to this place, and most likely you're going to arrive here and you're going to see something like this. So you're going to get 2 gig for just 1.98 dollars, and they're giving this promo at the moment, which is 30% off. And after that, you're going to be spending let's just say $3 for 2 gig, which is actually reasonably very fair because this amount may not even get you 1 gig in most other proxy suppliers, but you are using the amount you are going to get a 1 gig proxy traffic for a 2 gig proxy traffic. So when it comes to the pricing, they are actually very reasonable. But what is pricing without quality? So because what we are looking at is the quality of the IP, not just that it is cheap. If the IP is cheap and quality, then they've won our heart, right? So we're going to go right here. So when your account is being created, of course, when you request your 200 debit, they're going to give you that, or you simply buy your traffic yourself. So you are going to meet up with a detail like this, and this is called sub account, as you can see right here. So this is my sub account. Within your account, you have different sub accounts, and within that sub account, you have to allocate traffic. So before we go ahead now and generate a proxy detail so that we can test out, I'm just going to walk you how you are going to put in traffic into this particular sub account or this login details. So what you want to do is to come over to account list here. So you're going to come to account list, and when it opens up, yours may not have this statue as enabled. So how do you enable it? You are going to just stretch this down. If you are using your phone, it may be a little bit different, but it's just going to be the same thing. You're going to see an edit button right here. So I'm going to click on the edit button right now. So you can see this is the username, this is the password is hidden. Now you want to make sure that this disable is not to enabled. Now they're going to ask you traffic limit. So how many traffic are you willing to put into this login details? So for me, I put 2 gig. You can put less than 2 gig, you can put 1 gig depending. Okay. So for those who may be wondering what is the importance of sub account, the importance of sub account is that if you have a sub account and probably you are sharing with your family members, you can be able to allocate, a particular traffic per each person. So that is how sub account works. And sometimes you may have to create different, sub accounts just to, manage your survey account rightly. I believe you may know what to do with sub accounts since I've explained that it basically gives you different accounts to be able to split your total traffic into each of them. Okay. So what do? You simply scroll down here. So you can see this is select ASN or region. Uh, Now the country and region is global, so you want to click on it, and I'm going to choose UK right here because that's what we want to use. Now you have the option of state and city over ISP. So that means I cannot choose state and city if I'm choosing IXP, which for me is already a drawback because I like suppliers who give me state, city, and ISP all at the same time in one dashboard, not for me forfeiting state and city over IXP. So what if in United Kingdom the proxy comes from Wales or other related place outside England and my account is in England? That may pose a threat to my account. So because of that, I'm going to sacrifice the IXP. Of course, most time I go with the IXP if I meet such kind of situations, but I hardly use that kind of providers. So I'm going to go for the state and the city. Now, another downside of this is that when your IP rotates, it will not maintain the same ISP. So you see, it's more like you can't eat your bread and have it, right? Or eat your cake and have it, rather. So, but what I think what I'm going to do in this particular one right now is that I'm going to choose um, IXP right here. So, and it's painful. You cannot even select the ISP for the United Kingdom. But for the United States, you can be able to select the IXP. So if I do this now and I come over here, okay, you can see for United States, I can select as many IXP as possible. So this gives me manual control. So because of this, it's still almost the same thing as not being able to just preferably choose your state and city for the UK. So I'm going to choose state and city. I'm going to switch it back to UK. I'm going to choose state and city right here. Then I'm going to select England. You can see we have Netherlands and we have Scotland. So if you do not choose state and city, that is off for your account because the IP may rotate into any of these and that is going to be trouble for you. Okay. So the city you can choose, I'm going to choose London right here. And then we're going to just scroll down a little. Now we have the sticky session. Always set up your sticky session. If you leave it at randomized IP, at every click your IP is going to rotate. I'm just doing this for those who may be new to such kind of setup so that you will know what to do. Now sticky session is what time you want your IP to rotate, and the maximum hours they have here is 2 hours. You can see it's 120 minutes, which is 2 hours. I always say you use the maximum. Reason is because the longer the IP stays, the better for you. Now another thing I want you to know, which is very important, is that their attribute doesn't have SOX 5. So if you try connecting this particular IP as SOX 5, you are not going to be connected to the proxy. So you need to keep in mind that you have HTTP and HTTPS. So since we only have these two, I'm going to use HTTPS since it's the model following SOX 5 and at least is the secure model among the two of them right now. So once this proxy is generated, all you have to do is to copy the server and the port number. So you can see the port number is 246. Another way you can do it is to scroll back up and then click on copy individually, so that way you can do the same thing. So for me, I already have the proxy set up in this account already, although I have not checked it because I want us to do this tutorial. So as you can see, we have Talor Data. I'm doing this so that you will see that I'm not using another proxy details just to say that it is Talor Data. So this is actually Talor's data. You can see the login details is similar to the ones you've seen before. You can see the password. If I should come over here, you can see that it's the same password, right? So since we have that on establishment, we can progress further. Another thing is that you can see right here where it said HTTPS, that is, I have to switch it to HTTPS. So if I should click on check proxy, it is going to actually check it. So now it's showing me proxy fail. I'm just going to try that one more time. So now we can see it has given this particular IP. Normally, sometimes what I do is that I take this particular IP and I just go to my testing website and check out this IP. But we are going to go into this, the way it is, and we are going to see how solid this particular IP is. Okay, so I'm going to click on confirm right here. Remember, I don't know what this IP is about, but I think I'm going to do something, and I'm doing that thing because I want to make sure that we get from a reputable IXP. Okay, so that you won't think that, okay, maybe because the IP that was generated did not give me from a reputable IXP, so that's why I am not using it. So I'm going to go over to this website right here. I'm just going to use this particular website. It's not the best amongst all of them that I have, but I'm going to just use it. So it's searching through Google. I hope this video is not taking as much time as it wasn't supposed to, but I believe you just to get what we are looking for. So I'm going to, put that particular IP right here. Once I'm sure that the IXP is reputable ones, which is like Virgin Media, Sky, Broadband, ET, 3 Network, and all of that, we are good to go. So even though you can see right here that even though I choose England, the region is still coming from Scotland. So that is to tell you that there is a problem even though you choose your location. All right, so nevertheless, I'm still going to use it. Now, why am I going to use it? Because it has British Telecom PLC. So I hope you understand. All right. Now, British is, and this IXP, that this ASN you are seeing right here is actually British AXN. So that means this IP is actually residential in nature. Now, the fraud score, as you can see right here, is 0. And the first thing you want to scream is, whoa, that is clean. Yes, it is actually clean. I noticed that their IPs are actually relatively clean, but we are going to test it with a particular website. If it doesn't pass it, that means it is being detected. Now, how does IP get detected like that? If it happens, that means somehow the server that is being connected to is a data center server and it is a detectable server. But we are going to check it out. So I'm going to come over here now. I'm going to close this, right? And once it confirms, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to launch this undetected browser. So for the undetected browser, I'm using most login, and this is not an affiliate for most login. Of course, you can use any anti-detected browser that you want to use. The reason why I use most login is because it gives me 3000 profile for free, so I can generate it and use it for tutorial as much as I want. So okay, just to still confirm that the IP we just saw just now is the same IP here, we're just going to do this. So the next phase is now to check the IP. So what I'm going to do quickly is to log in into one of my accounts, a survey account, and if it pass, that means this IP is actually okay. So I'm going to be logging into the survey account right here, and if it passes the security, this particular platform is a bit very sensitive to IP. So if it passes the stage and even manages to log in, because most time they won't even allow you to log in if your process has been detected or even create an account. So if it can pass it, then that means the IP we can rate it. Then I'm also going to tell you my experience of how I've been using this IP for quite some days. Now if it passes this, I'm going to also tell you about that. So I'm just going to put in my the username and then the password, and we're going to check this out. So as you can see, the account was able to log in successfully at this time. So when I tried this about 2 days ago, the proxy was detected full blown, and I was told that it was that the proxy was detected. I went ahead and generated another proxy details. I tried it and it was also detected, but as you can see right now, it is not being detected. So what am I verdict? Yes, you can use the Talor data I think it's fair for the price that it is given, but I just need you to know some few things. First, for the fact that you choose your, state and your city, doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to give you IP from that particular place, or at least maintain the state, because that is actually, for me, it's very off. For the fact that I'm choosing England and I'm getting Scotland IP, that is actually very, very off. That is like from one state to another. But if it was not from London, I would be able to understand that they could not get an IP from London, so they had to give me an IP from another city within London. But that is totally out of it. Now that you have to know is that the solidity of the proxy, it is not constant, and I will tell you that because I've tried it a few times and I'm been detected. Why this one? I think this is the first successful attempt that I'm having using this particular proxy. So I'm not telling you to go ahead to use it. Like I said, I've mentioned the price is very fair. It's just about $3 to get 2 gig, and I think if you are buying more, you will get more plan. Let's just review the plans. If you are buying 10 gig, you are buying it at $8. Guys, that is crazily cheap. And if you are buying 50 gig, it's just $40. Yeah, although this is not cheaper, I think it's a bit, yes, it's a bit cheaper than data in pause, but I think data impulse is a bit solid. The only problem with that one, I'm going to reveal it soon as well. The only problem is that you don't have permission to use the proxy for some certain things. If I'm revealing it, I'm going to talk about it. So that is all for Tor data. So right now you already know what the IP is, what you should expect from the IP, and if you are going to use it, you should have your expectation and your hope, minimum. So what can you use this for? Of course, you can use this for some survey platform that are not very sensitive to IP. Like the one I just went to log in now is very, very sensitive. If this particular login details was being detected, it would have shown right there that you are on proxy. Now this particular platform is very, very, very sensitive. All right, there's another one that is extremely sensitive, and I would not want to take this particular IP to that account. It's very precious. Okay, so but you can use this for, some accounts that are less strict, less sensitive, and for the price is very, very competitive, and you can make your little money here and there, and with time you can be able to get something really, really, really better to make more better money. So now we have come to the conclusion of this video. Now if you have not done so, please subscribe right now. Please click on the subscribe button. Let's get this to 1000 subscribers. So until I see you on my next video, continue earning. Bye for now. God bless you.